This is the little row of cottages where I'm staying at the moment, and I'm just taking Kobe for a walk. Just a quick walk. This is where we saw the pony out the kitchen window the other day. So just having a quick walk. Quick wee. Cope! Come on. Good boy. He's having a wander around now. It's nice. This is a big forest. Big, what do they call it? Common. With a forest in it. So, it's a little pond here. I don't think it's meant to be a pond. I think it's because it's just boggy marshland that they can't build on. So, it's become a common. Kobe's never been for a walk here before. Nor have I, for that matter. So he's having a good look around, but I'm not going to go into the forest because it's too wet and boggy. So I'm going to walk down here a bit and then walk back up. Just let him have a bit of a walk. I've got my welly boots on. Look. I can't walk far anyway because of my breathing. But it is lovely. Can you hear the birds? I'll hold the phone away from me so you can't hear my breathing. Come here. Yeah. Come here. So, I've seen another dog, so I've got to put him on his lead. Come. Come on. There's another dog down there. Come. Come on. I've seen a dog. Come. So, as you can see, there's horses come down here pretty regular. Get a lot of horse riding past here. Common goes on for ages in the forest does. And this is the little place that I'm staying at. And it's got a gate straight onto the forest. But my adopted son, because he never leaves the place, all the brambles have grown over it. And I had to come out with a big knife yesterday and do battle to get the gate open. I normally come here once a year, cut all the brambles back, tidy the garden up. It's only a little bit of a garden, but of a yard really. But this year, my breathing's really hit me. It's crashing on me now. Oh, I've also got to go and look at a new place to live. It's Wednesday today, and on Friday I've got a new place to go and look at. I've seen a picture of it. To be perfectly honest, I don't like it. But I've got to play the game and go and look at it and tell them in person that I don't like it. I've seen it from Street View and I don't like it. Not at all. Yeah. Kobe wants to go and play. Seeing the dogs down there. He wants to go and play. But he's had a poo and he's had a pee. So we'll come out again when it gets darker. Because there won't be no one about when it's dark. Come, Cope. Good boy. But he's getting to be a good boy because, you know, last year, well, it's 2 now. Last year, If he'd have seen that dog and he didn't have a lead on, he'd have just gone running off. So he's growing up. He's being a good boy. He's a teenager now in doggy years, isn't he? Yeah, got myself a teenager. Because he's not free until July 17th. Yeah, that was strange because my other dog, she was 12, 12, when she passed away. And I'd had her for 11 years. No, she was nearly 13 and I'd had her for 11 years. It was originally my son that bought her. And then they moved house and couldn't keep her. So she went to my other son for a while. And then she came to me for a week until they sold her. I fell in love with her. And I kept her for 11 years. She came everywhere with me. Anyway, her birthday was July the 18th. Anyway, she died in the April. And from April, I just didn't go out. I didn't want to go out. I had no reason to go out. Didn't have no reason whatsoever to get up even. Because the dog makes me get up and go out. I just thought, just laid there in bed. Just laid there in bed. Waiting for life to hurry up and pass me by. But it didn't. Because I'm still here. And anyway, the boy's their friend. I didn't know this, but his dog had had puppies. And Kobe was born. I found this out when I had his chip put in because I had to find out what date they was born. And it turns out that he was born on July the 17th, the day before my other dog's birthday. And it wasn't Kobe I originally got. It was his sister, Rosie. She fitted in my pocket. And I had her for 6, nearly 7 months, but she had something wrong with her brain because she just grew up vicious. You know, she went from puppy biting to biting, and she didn't like children. And she went for my niece's 2 boys. Like, went for them, snarling and everything, going to bite them. And then she went for me a couple of times. And I'd never been horrible to her. I thought it was something terrible. And anyway, I got Kobe because he weren't well, because I told you he'd been ill-treated by his first owners. So he went back to the original owner, the one that had the puppies. And then he came to me and I took him to the vets and everything. And anyway, Rosie got worse. He was just really placid. He's always been really placid. I thought it was because he was ill. He was ill, really ill, riddled with worms, had water infection, could see all his ribs. His eyes were white. The whites of his eyes were white. And it cost me a few bob in the vets, it did. Anyway, Rosie, you couldn't walk her, she'd just drag you over. And you couldn't take her lead off. And then she'd drag you over. And she busted up my arm, busted up my hip. I mean, she dragged me over quite a few times. And then you try and catch her with the lead running as she ran past you. And if you managed to grab the lead, then she'd go for you. Anyway, one day I took him over to my secret forest. And she dragged me along. Oh dear, did she? Busted me right up. And I contacted my friend. And he does a security company. And he trains dogs. He trains them. And then he sells them. He sells them to wealthy people. He's Asian. Him and his family are Asian. And because it's a business, he sells them to wealthy people, or he sells them into being guard dogs, or he trains up police dogs. And because of that, you know, you've got the vets and the cruelty to animal people and everything else that go and visit him regular. And I turned up there and said to him, listen, I've got 2 dogs here. And he took Rosie. But he didn't take Kobe because Kobe was still under the vets. He said to me, well, when he's finished with the vets, bring him in to us. And I said, because I can't have a big dog. I certainly can't have 2 big dogs. And anyway, I kept Kobe. I was waiting for him to turn into like Rosie, pulling me about and biting and everything else, but he never did. He turned into a beautiful dog. And when he went well, he used to sleep with me and everything. Well, Rosie did as well. But she just had this biting thing in her, you know. Anyway, she's calmed down. She's calmed down. Whether she's been trained properly, professionally. I still see her. She turns into a lovely dog. Last time I saw her, I didn't have the phone with the phone charger had died, and so I couldn't video her. But she's turned into a lovely dog. Kobe's turned into a beautiful dog. But it's selfish me keeping him, really. It's selfish of me to keep him, because now he's got used to me. Danny said he'll be broken-hearted if I left him, or when I leave him. Yeah, I've got to go and look at this new bungalow. It's ground floor. It's got a tiny little back garden. It's got a house that overshadows it. It's got no driveway. This garden's not big enough. The front garden's not big enough to turn into a driveway. Yeah, not so good. As you can see, it's a bit boggy down here. It's too boggy to go into the forest, too muddy. So come, Kobe, let's walk back. Come. Good boy. There's a good boy. Yep, and there we go. That's Kobe dog. Look how nice and calm he is now. He wouldn't have been like that last year. He'd have been shot down there, trying to drag me along with him. Anyway, so at Danny's, I've cleaned it all up. I've got to put the curtains back up in the front room and the living room and the kitchen in the living room. And I just ain't got the energy to clean all these brambles. I cleared them all away last year because they all go in the garden and everywhere. They just, you know, brambles like they just. I didn't manage to clear it all in the garden bit last year, but I ain't gonna manage it this year. So anyway, we're going indoors now. Cup of tea. Lovely lights. Grey skies. Beautiful trees. Lovely. You can hear the birds. And over night time, you hear the owl. Isn't that nice? Just quiet. You can hear the motorway traffic in the background. The M1. Right, well, love yourselves more than what I love you. Bye bye.